Hello everyone, good evening. I am Shankhunayan Chattopadhyay and this is our second live interaction class regarding the course NPTEL Engineering Mathematics 2. The course code is NOCMA17. The instructor is Professor Jitendra Kumar. He is currently faculty at the Department of Mathematics, Indian Institute of Technology, Ropar, where I am pursuing my PhD as well. So I am your PMRFTA, and as you all know that Engineering Mathematics 2, it contains several topics like calculus, complex analysis, numerical analysis, Laplace and Fourier transform, and many more. So for the first few lectures we will discuss about the vector analysis or vector calculus. So without a delay, let's proceed. So the first and the very basic, we will start from what we mean by saying line integral. So what are actually line integrals? So line integrals are single integrals which are obtained by integrating a function over a curve instead of integrating over an interval. So what is the main motto of line integral? The main motto of line integral, you all have solved Riemann integration, right? So what we do in Riemann integration? In Riemann integration, we integrate a function. We integrate a function over an interval, say a comma b. But the main idea of line integral is to solve a function, is to integrate a function over a curve instead of integrating over an interval. So here the main idea is, let fxy be any function, then we want to integrate from this p0 to point pn. We want to integrate the function over this line or this curve. The simplest curve in a 2D geometry is basically the line. So that's why the nomenclature is line integral. So how to integrate it? So what is the basic definition? So let fxyz be a real valued function with domain D. That means this fxyz is defined over the domain D. Let C be a curve that lies in D given in parametric form rt equal to this. Now the most important this type of curve in 2D geometry you will encounter is the circle. Okay, so can you please tell me that what is the parametric representation of a circle? Anybody? Abhishek?
Yes, sir.
The parametric representation of circle?
Yes, sir.
The parametric representation of a circle, to be specific, of having a radius a, is a cos t, x equal to a cos t and b equal to a sin t. Okay, x equal to a cos t and b equal to a sin t. So that is the representation of a circle where t varies from 0 to 2 pi. So the values of f on the curve C are given by composite function. So first of all, you are integrating the function over the curve. So you need to compute the value of the function over this curve. Now the idea is same. If you remember the Riemann integral, then Riemann integral we break the interval into teeny sub-intervals. Here also we will break the curve into tiny curves. Okay, so this is the so what will be the definition? Now the definition is, break this curve p0 to pn into C curve into smaller sub curves like p0 to p1, p1 to p2 and so on. So then yes.
Your screen is not visible. Could you share your screen, sir?
Hello.
Your screen is not visible, sir.
Oh, sorry. Yes, thank you. Is it visible now, Abhishek?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So so first of all we have to need to break this curve into n sub arcs. Then you have to choose any
Sir, my
function.
screen is visible, sir.
Okay, screen is visible. Hello, is my screen visible now, Abhishek? Hello. So is the screen visible right now, Abhishek? Hello. Sorry, I am having today great internet issues because it's currently having rain in Punjab. So if okay, hello Abhishek. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sorry because in internet just broke out. I am just
Yes, sir.
I am just using my mobile phone right now because there is no internet at the hostel right now. Okay, so what will be our this suppose the kth server has length delta sk. So from the Riemann sum we have to compute this Sn. It is just for the sake of convenience I am telling. We will not go deep in theoretical, we will just solve some numerical problems, but for the sake of convenience I am just telling the definition. Now when n approaches to infinity, the length sk, this sk approaches to 0. Sk is the length of the kth subarc. Now the line integral of f over the curve c is integration c fx yz ds limit n tends to infinity sn. So in practice the line integral is computed by parameterizing the curve c. So that is the first and foremost important thing that you have to remember. So this is a bit theorem. I am just reading out it. There is no need to prove it. Let's see, is a this xt I cap plus yt j cap plus zt k cap be a parameterization of the curve c lying in a domain D subset of R cube if f d2r is a continuous and the component function xt yt zt are differentiable, then the line integral of f over c exists and is given by this integration c fxyz ds integration a to b f of xt yt zt, and this is the length of the arc integration dx dt whole square plus dy dt whole square plus dz dt whole square square root dt, and this is ds. This ds is nothing but the formula for length. Now we have one numeric example. So what is the numeric example? We need to integrate this fxyz function which is x minus 3y square plus z over the line segment from 0 0 0 to 1 1 1. So what will be the parametric representation? Once again my internet just broke. Sorry, I am having too much internet issues today. Abhishek, if I miss the slides, na, if I will upload the YouTube. You can watch in the YouTube, okay?
Yes sir, yes sir.
Actually,
अभी आवाज परफेक्ट है
actually I am.
मतलब अभी सर तो वो देख लेंगे उस समय सर क्योंकि इंटरनेट इशू तो होगा ये सर
हाँ.
तो इंटरनेट इशू के कारण सर आपका आवाज कट कट के आ रहा है तो वही सोचे थे कि अभी लाइव देख लेते हैं और रात में जब वीडियो अपलोड कीजिएगा यूट्यूब पे तो उसमें देख लेंगे सर
हाँ. Or if you guys have any doubt, just mail me.
यस सर
I am having too much internet issue today, so I am just continuing. Okay, I will upload the lecture note. I will upload in the YouTube video, and you can check it from there also.
यस सर
Actually, ना तो मेरा लैन केबल चल रहा है ना मेरा हॉस्टल में इंटरनेट है. I am using cell phone data.
यस सर
So now we want to integrate this fxyz, this fxy. Okay, sorry. One second, I have to put the screens here. So we have to integrate this fxyz function over the line segment 0 0 0 to 1 1 1. So first of all we need to parameterize the curve C. So what is the parametric representation of the line segment joining these two points? It is nothing but RT is nothing but T I cap plus T j cap plus T k cap, where 0 is less than or equal to T, less than or equal to 1. So what is the length of this RT, the module, what will be the modulus of this RT? Now it is also very simple. So first of all we need to parameterize the curve, and the parametric representation is very easy. For all the three variables, they are increasing from 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1. So we will just take the parametric representation as T I cap plus T j cap plus T k cap. So xt yt zt is equal to T. So what is this dr dt? This is the definition of ds. So we will use just this definition, and if you just compute dx dt, dy dt and dz dt, you will get square root of 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square. This is nothing but square root of 3. Now you have to determine integration C f ds. Now what will be the integration? It will be just integration 0 to 1 xt minus 3y square, because you have to compute the function over the curve. So this is xt minus 3y square t plus zt. xt is t, y square t is minus 3t square plus zt is once again t. So if you just put it here, so that becomes integration 0 to 1 t minus 3t square plus t square root of 3 dt. So that is square root of 3 bracket t square minus t cube, just integration. So this t plus t, it will make 2t, and integration of 2t is t square, and minus 3 square, the integration is minus t cube. So integration square root of 3 t square minus t cube, the integration runs from 0 to 1. So what will be the final value? The final value will be 0. Once again, So now there is another problem. We have to evaluate this particular problem, that evaluate 2 plus x square y ds where c is the upper half of the unit circle in the xy plane. Okay, so now we have to evaluate integration c twice plus x square y ds where c is the upper half of the unit circle in the xy plane. Okay, so here f equal to xy is a function of two variables. So what are the two variables? That is xt equal to cosine t and yt equal to sine of t, and t varies from 0 to pi. Why t varies from 0 to pi? So this is we have to evaluate 2 plus x square y ds where c is the upper half of the unit circle in the xy plane. So we need to evaluate this 2 plus x square y ds where c is the upper half of the unit circle in the xy plane. Here fxy is a function of two variables, right? Okay, Abhishek, hello. Hello Abhishek. Okay, I am just sharing my, I am recording my from my laptop and I am sharing from my phone screen. Okay.
यस सर।
लेट्स अभी शायद यहाँ पे हो जाए क्योंकि वाईफाई का शायद ले नहीं पा रहा। ठीक है।
यस।
Is my screen visible, Abhishek? Hello?
नो सर। यस सर।
Is my screen visible now? Hello?
नो सर, आई कुड सी द स्क्रीन।
Is my PDF viewable to you, Priyanka?
Yes sir, now PDF is visual sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. I will restart. Okay, don't leave. Finally, okay. So
Yes, sir.
we will follow example 3.2. So what is this problem? So there is we have to evaluate integration 2 plus x square y ds where c is the upper half of the unit circle in the xy plane. Here f equal to xy is a function of two variables. Now parameterize the curve c xt equal to cosine t or yt equal to sin t 0 less than or equal to t less than or equal to pi. Then and how to solve this thing? See, so here our path of the integration is the upper half plane of the circle, right? So t will vary not from 0 to 2 pi but t will vary from 0 to pi. So just put x equal to cos t and y equal to sin t. So that will be 2 plus x square y, that will be 2 plus cos square t into sin t, and in the under square root it will be dx dt whole square plus dy dt whole square dt. So that will be 2 pi plus 2 by 3. If you just solve it out, you will get it to be 2 pi plus 2 by 3 because this under square root will come to be 1. Now question may arise why? Because if you take dx dt it will be minus sin square t, and if you take dy dt it will be sin t. So derivative of dx dt whole square plus dy dt whole square, it will be nothing but derivative will be nothing but 1. So the form will be 2 pi plus 2 by 3. Now another question may come that let C be the curve consisting of line segments joining 0 0 to 1 1 0 and then from 1 1 0 to 1 1 1, and the integration is same, the integration we have just solved, that is x minus 3y square plus z ds. So the C, this curve consisting of the line segment 0 0 0 and 1 1 0, these are nothing but two line segments that join from point 0 0 0 to 1 1 0 and then from 1 1 0 to 1 1 1. So what will be the parameterization of the first point C1? Priyanka, can you tell that what will be the parameterization of the first curve C1? So Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please respond, sir, otherwise I will not be able to understand. Okay, so let C be the curve consisting this. So it consists of two curves. The first curve is, that is r vector t is ti plus tj simply, and the z vector is simply 0 because the changes in the points is in the x and y coordinate. So x varies from 0 to 1 and y varies from 0 to 1 and z varies from 0 to 0. So that is 1 1 0 and then 1 1 0 to 1 1 1. So the x coordinate remain fixed in 1, y coordinate also remain fixed at 1, but z coordinate varies from 0 to 1. So the parameterization of C1 and C2 will be, first for C1 it is ti plus tj where t varies from 0 to 1, and for the second curve it is I plus j because the x coordinate remain fixed, and then z varies from 0 to 1. So this is the two parametric representation of the two curves. Now what is this for C1? For C1, if you take derivative dr prime dt is square root of 2, right? Because dx dt equal to 1, dy dt equal to 1, dz dt is 0. So square root of dx dt whole square plus dy dt whole square plus 1, it comes out to be only square root of 2. And on now on C2, so what will be on C2? On C2 this is r vector prime t, this is equal to 1. Now just break the C into two parts, this C1 and C2. Now proceed in the similar way, just put the parametric representation in terms of the parametric form in xyz. So x equal to t and y equal to t in C1, so just put there, and for z is obviously 0, and here x equal to 1, y equal to 1 and z equal to t. So for that reason it is f11t. Now just put it here. If you just integrate these two parts, you will get minus 3 minus root 2 by 2 as the required answer. Is it clear right now? Okay, so now it is a bit complex problem. So now, yes.
Sir, regarding parameterization,
yes,
we usually get the doubts like how do you usually do parameterization?
Okay, because you are using a line integral, right? And what is the line? So for doing line integral, you have to be, if the function consists three variables, say x, y and z, okay, so how you can integrate like a line if you don't use parametric? Because for line integral is an integration consisting a single integral, right? So if you have 3 or 2 or 4 variables, so how you can manage it? So by using parameterization, you just transform the integration into an integral that you can handle using a single variable. Got my point? See, here there are x, y, z, and just wait a bit.
Because in previous problem like we did cos t sin t, here we are taking t, so
okay, see,
how it is done, like if something is given, how can we parameterize?
Okay, see, in where C is the upper half plane of the unit circle, so unit circle, the parametric representation of unit circle is nothing but a cos t a sin t, right? So that's why we are parameterization the unit circle, because for example 3.2, the integration is performed over the upper half of the unit circle. But here the integral is different. Here we are consisting of line segment joining this to this. So here the complete these two are different problems. Am I clear?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For example, if you are to compute a simple integration x dx from 0 to 1, okay, now you have to integrate x dx from 2
Sir,
to
your
4.
voice is not clear to me.
Hello, hello, is it clear right now?
Yes, sir, now it's clear, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
if you have a formal functional integration from integration 0 to 1 x dx, so what will be the answer? Answer will be half, right? Now if you integrate it from integration 0 to 5 x dx, so what will be the answer? The answer will be obviously different. The answer will be 25 by 2. So that's the same thing. There the domain was different, here the curve is different. So if instead of you are given as hyperbola, for example a hyperbolic curve, okay, so
Yes, sir.
let t varies from a to b and you have to integrate over the hyperbola whose parametric representation is x t equal to sec t and y t equal to tan t. So then the integration will be completely different. So parameterization only depends upon the curve, not on the integral, right? But if you are considering the integral over the line, so you have to give input on that function of that particular line form. So you are integrating this 2 plus x square y over the upper half plane of the circle. So that's why you have to give the parametric representation x equal to cos t, y equal to sin t, and then you just put x equal to cos t, y equal to sin t, you will get the required answer. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see example 3.4. So all these notes I have collected from IIT Madras study materials. So you can see that how basic these problems are, and you can also relate it with your integral problems, right? These are very basic problems, not that much tough. So see, we have to integrate 2x ds and c is the arc of the parabola y equal to x square from 0 0 to 1 1. So from this point 0 0 to 1 1, the function is integrated over the segment of this parabola, okay, and after 1 1, this is just the line segment 1 2, just the line you have to join from 1 1 to 1 2. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
So you have two line segments C1 and C2. So first C1 is the C1. This C1 is over the parabola. Now obviously for C1 the representation will be different. Got my point? So see, forget about this line. This line you can get confused. Okay. So the first two lines you just ignore. Consider from this. So your first C1 curve is the parabola x square. So if you take x equal to t as the parametric form, then the parametric form of the parabola will be, okay, somebody wants to join.
It will be t.
Okay. Yes. Yes, Priyanka, please carry on.
No, sir, I was trying to answer, sir. If x is equal to 2t, then for the curve it would be ti plus root tj.
No. Since y equal to x square, it varies from 0 to 1 1, right? So t varies from 0 to 1.
Okay, sir.
So if x equal to t, then y equal to just t square.
Yes, I took the curve as x is equal to y square. So I wrote it wrong.
Okay. So now you have to join the line segment from 1 1 to 1 2. Okay. So from 1 1 to 1 2. So what is the parametric representation? So this is simply a line segment. So for this line segment joining these 2 points, the line segment joining these 2 points 1 1 and 1 2, what will be the parametric representation? It is simply x equal to 1 and y equal to t.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there is some important thing. See, so this is, you have to integrate 2x ds over the curve C. Okay. So just break it in C1 and C2. Now the value of ds on C1 curve is different from the value on C2. So first we will compute on C1. So just what will be the ds? Ds is square root of dx dt whole square plus dy dt whole square. Dx dt is 1 and dy dt is 2t. So on C1 the value of ds is square root of 1 plus 4t square dt, and in the second curve the dx dt is 0 and dy dt is 1. So dy dt is 1. So what will be the value of this ds dt? This ds equal to dt, it is nothing but 1 to 2 into 1 dt, right? So then you have to integrate it. Now this integration is very easy. Why? Because see here in the under square root there is 1 plus 4t square, right? So that is square root of 1 plus 4t square. Now this is square root of 1 plus 4t square. Now you just need to put this 4t 1 plus 4t square as u. If you put 1 plus 4t square is at u, this 2t dt you can cancel it. Simply this 2t dt will be cancelled using suitable manipulation, and from then you can integrate it, put the value of t, because t varies from in both the cases from here 0 to 1 and here it is from 1 to 2. The value you will get 5 square root of 5 minus 1 by 6 plus 2. Now example 3.5. So can you guys please try at least to solve this problem? Question number 3.5, example 3.5. I am giving you 2 to 3 minutes, just solve it. Okay, example 3.5. Abhishek, am I clear?
Sir, I can't hear you.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Answer?
Yes, am I not audible till? Hello? Am I not audible? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, actually it is too much poor internet here. Sorry, that is okay. I will upload the YouTube video. You can also check it there. Okay, if I somehow miss.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, just I am giving you just 2 to 3 minutes. You can try to solve example 3.5. Just solve example 3.5. So what is example 3.5? You need to evaluate y sin z ds, where c is the circular helix given by xt equal to cosine t and yt equal to sin t and zt equal to t, where t belongs to the interval 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so this is the expression for circular helix. Xt equal to cos t, yt equal to sin t and zt equal to t. So that is just the representation of circular helix. Okay, so just solve this problem, that y sin z ds, where c is a circular helix. You need to just solve. Priyanka, can you please try this problem?
Sir, actually, I think the screen is lagging, sir. Like, I can't see the PDF. I just see the settings.
Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just solve example 3.5.
Yes, sir.
Just solve the example 3.5.
Sir. Screen is clear, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, yes. Yes. Did you solve it? Hello? So, hello?
Yes, sir.
Did you solve it? Okay.
So is it pi answer?
Okay. So the right answer is square root of 2 pi. So we have to integrate y sin z ds, where c is the circular helix. That helix is given by cos t, x t equal to cos t, y t equal to sin t, and z t equal to t. So what will be square root of dx dt whole square plus dy dt whole square plus dz dt whole square? Once again 1. Now y sin z ds, that is just you have to put y equal to sin t, and sin z is y sin z. So y t equal to sin t, and sorry, that will be sin t into sin t. Okay, so that is one mistake. That will be sin t into sin t. So sin t into sin t will be sin square t. So if you integrate sin square t, you will get it as square root of 2 pi. Now the next problem. The next problem is you have to evaluate integration c y dx plus z dy plus x dz, where c is the curve that join the line segment from 200 to 345 to 340. So first of all you need to break this c that comprises of two line segments. What are those two line segments? Those two line segments are from 200 to 345. So this is the first line segment, and from 345 to 340, so that is the second line segment. So from 200 to, that is C1, and then from C1 to C2. So what will be the parametric representation? That is from 2 to 3. So the parametric representation is just linear representation. Take t from 0 to 1. If your t varies from 0 to 1, then your x is 2 plus t, your y is 4t, and your z is 5t. Similarly for C2, it is 3, 4, 5. So the x is remain fixed, y is remain fixed, and z is varying from 5 to 0. So if your t varies from 0 to 1, so then your z varies from 5. So your z then vary from 5 minus 5t. Okay. Now just break c1 y dx plus z dy plus x dz. So what will be for the very fast integral? So for c1 part, that will be dx dt whole square plus dy dt whole square plus dz dt whole square, and that dx dt whole square plus dy dt whole square plus dz dt whole square, that will give you square root of 1 plus 16 plus 25. We have used here. Okay, sorry. So the integration is y dx plus z dy plus x dz, right? So this is our integration. Here we are not performing that ds. So here the integration is y dx plus z dy plus x dz. So what is y? Y is 2 plus what is y? Y is 40. Now put y is equal to 40. Then what is dx? Dx x equal to 2 plus t. So for this C1 curve, this dx is dt, and similarly that will become this z is 5t, and what will be if z is 5t, then what is dy? Dy is since dy is equal to 40, then dy will be 4 dt. So that is how similarly you have to just write dx in terms of dy in terms of dz, and then you will get this 3 into minus 5 dt, and if you just solve it out, you will get the answer to be 9.5. Okay. Abhishek, is my voice clear and screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is this question clear to you? That example 3.6?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you can solve this kind of line integrals, right? So here, so now you can say that why line integral is important. So if I think you have solved that thing, that work done by a force, right? So that work done by a force, that is nothing but the line integral f dot dr. I think you have all solved it. The work done by a force is line integral f dot dr, right? And that is nothing but the line integral. So that is the most fundamental or most common use of line integral is to determine the work done by a force in physics, in classical physics. So now line integral of vector fields. So first of all, we want to generalize line integrals to vector fields. So I will just quickly give you two definition. One definition is what is vector field first of all. So what is vector field? A vector field is a function defined on a domain D in the plane of space that assigns a vector to each point in D. If D is a domain in space, a vector field in D may be written as. So we all do our calculation in mostly 3D geometry, right, in 3D space, because we live in R3 or the third order Euclidean space. But in physics people, when they talk about relativistic mechanics and all, they also consider time as a coordinate. Okay, so they also use time as a coordinate. So here we are not using that time or those complex things. We are just focused on 3D geometry, that is R3. Now, so this vector field fxyz is combination of three function m, n and p, where m is a function of xyz, n is also function of xyz, p is also function of xyz. So this is actually a classical example of a vector field. Okay, so next question is that what do you mean by saying gradient field? And in last class we have discussed rigorously about gradient of a function. So fxyz is the field of gradient vectors if this vector notation, this can be written as some gradient of some scalar potential f. What my point? This capital F vector, if it can be written as this grad phi form, grad f form, then we will say that then the gradient field of fxyz is the field of gradient vectors. Okay, so this vector f will be called a gradient vector or gradient field if this m, n and p, they are x derivative, y derivative and z derivative of a scalar potential small f. Is it clear? So then there is another concept of conservative and potential. So a vector field f is called conservative if there exists a scalar potential f such that you can write this f in terms of grad of f. In such a case, the scalar potential f is called the potential of the vector field f. Okay, for example, consider the gravitational force field f. So this is the gravitational force field is an example of conservative vector field. So when a vector field is said to be conservative, if there exists a scalar potential f such that f can be written as grad of f. And what does we call this small f? We will call this small f as the potential of the vector field. See, here also we are giving some physical meaning of the line integral f along c. So the line integral of f along c, this is called just the work done by moving a particle on c under the force field f, what I have just discussed earlier, that f dot dr. This f dot dr is nothing but the line integral of f along c, which is called work done by moving a particle on c. So now once again a very similar problem. Priyanka, hope this will clear your doubt about parameterization. We are to evaluate the line integral of the vector field f xyz x square y minus xyj along the first quarter unit circle. And first quarter unit circle means that t is varying from hello, am I audible, Priyanka? Abhishek?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
0 to pi by 2.
Yes, 0 to pi by 2. Now you have got the parametric formula, that is cos t plus sin t. Okay, so now that is cos t plus sin t, and that is 0 less than or equal to t less than or equal to pi by 2. So that is nothing but just put cos t sin t here. So you get cos square t and here minus cos t sin t. And then you can use to compute dr, just put f dot dr and then you will get f dot dr, you will get minus cos square t sin t plus cos square t, sorry, minus cos square t sin t. Now minus sin t that you can write in terms of cos t, and if you just integrate it you will get minus 2 by 3. So this type of problem will can also come in your exam. Okay, now another problem. See, evaluate the line integral or the line integral f dot dr, where f is equal to xy I cap plus yz j cap plus zx k cap, and c is the twisted cube given by x equal to t, y equal to t square, and z equal to t cube. So this c is actually twisted cube, and the twisted cubes the parametric representation are given to all to you, that t square t cube. Now what will be your what you will do, you will write dr as dx dy dz, dx dy dz, right? Now what is your f? xy I cap plus yz j cap plus zx k cap. So if you put f dot dr, you will get xy dx xy dx plus yz dy plus zx dz. Now you are using this parametric representation, so dx can be substituted by dx by dt into dt, and that dx by dt into dt, here you can just multiply with one dt, so you can write it as dx dt. Got my point? So here it is f dot dr, so this x prime means dx dt. So dx dt, and the outside the bracket there is one dt term. So this dx dt and dt will cancel the dt part, and you will get dx. So what will get? You will get xy dx plus yz dy plus zx dz. Okay. Now just you have to put here for the values of x, y, yz, zx, all those in terms of t. So if you put x equal to t, y equal to t square, and then what will be your dx by dt? Your dx by dt is 1. So x into y is t into t square, x into y is t into t square, that is t cube. So that is t cube. And what is dx by dt? dx by dt is 1. Again plus yz dy dt, बाहर है bracket का dt. So what will be yz? yz is t square into t cube. So that will be t to the power 5. But there is dy involved. So that will be the derivative of dy dt is 2t. So that will be 2t to the power 6. And similarly we will just write 3 to the power 6 integrate over dt, and you will get the answer to be 27 by 28. Now there is a very, is it clear Abhishek and Priyanka, everybody?
Yes sir, clear sir.
Yes sir.
Okay, very nice. Now one more very important aspect is conservative field, that is we call conservative field. And even so what happens in conservative field? In conservative field the line integral does not depend upon the curve, it depends upon just the endpoints. Got my point? So conservative field में क्या होता है? Conservative field में line integral does not depend upon the path of the integration, it depends upon just the initial and terminal point. Is it clear? So what happens when you integrate a conservative field? When you integrate a conservative field, the path integral or the line integral does not depend upon the path, but depends upon the just two endpoints. Now if you can prove this the vector to be gradient of some scalar potential, then the integration will depend upon only the 2 points, only the lower limit and the upper limit, not on the path which you are integrating. So this formula is sometimes called fundamental theorem of line integrals. So what is that formula? That if your vector field is written in terms of gradient of some scalar potential, then the line integral will not depend upon the path, but it will depend upon only the end 2 points. So that is that in such a case the line integral is independent of path C, it only depends on the initial point and the end point of C. We say that a line integral ds is independent of path if and only for any curve C prime that is lying in the domain of f prime, f vector, and having the same initial points as that of C, we have these two line integrals in same. So is it clear? So see, if you have a conservative vector field, that f vector you can write it in terms of gradient of f. Okay, so if you can write it in terms of gradient of f, then what will be the in terms of f, then it will depend upon just the, say you have to integrate a vector field a vector over the, and you know that it is a conservative field, right? Now you want to integrate it from 0 0 to 1 1. Now if you have a parabola, it doesn't matter that whether if you integrate over a parabola or you integrate over a straight line, it immaterial to you. Got my point? So here are some of the theorems that theorem parts I will not cover. I will upload the notes and you can then just go through these things, but I will just give you some notion about simple curve and simply connected region. So a simple curve is a curve which does not intersect intercell. So this is a simple closed curve, but this is not simple and closed. This is not simple, but it is closed, right? And simply connected domain. Simply connected domain means that if it does not have any holes in between. Simply connected domain means if you join any 2 points inside the domain with a straight line, then the straight line will entirely lie in between that domain. If it does not, then it is not a simply connected domain. Is it clear? See, here there is a hole inside the domains. So that's why it is not a simply connected domain, because you cannot take any point above this hole and you just join it in straight line. The straight line will be outside the domain. Okay, so that's why they are not simply connected. Now example 3.5, example 3.9. Find the line integral of the vector field yzi plus zxj plus xyk cap along any smooth curve joining the points -1 3 9 to b16 minus 4. So you can check it out that this f is just is a conservative vector field. Now why it is a conservative vector field? Because why it is a conservative vector field? Because see, each of the components of f you can write it in terms of gradient of the scalar potential xyz. Is it clear? Take xyz, take derivative with respect to x, you will get the first component yz. xyz, you take derivative with respect to y, you will get zx. xyz, take derivative with respect to z, you will get xy. Okay, so that's why that is a conservative vector field. That is a conservative vector field. So this is independent upon the path you choose. So you need to just put this put fb minus fa. You need to just write put the expression for b and a, and you will get the answer. So that's a very easy if you got a conservative vector field, and the answer you will come to FB minus FA equal to 3. Now, are the following vector fields conservative? Please solve this example 3.10. Are the following vector fields conservative? Just try. First try example 3A part. Abhishek, Priyanka and all. Please try the question number A. 3.10 question number A. Fxy equal to x minus y I cap plus x minus 2 j cap. Everybody please try the first question.
So B and C are conservative, A is not.
Why A is not conservative? Okay, hello. So see, fxy is x minus y I cap plus x minus 2 j cap, right? So how to prove that f is not conservative? Just take del n del y and del n del x. If del n del y and del n del x they are not equal, then fxy is not a conservative vector field. So this B, this is also not a conservative, this B is a conservative vector field. Why? Because B is a conservative vector field because because del m del y and del m del x they are equal. And next, the crucial one, the third part. So for the third part, this is f equal to my plus mj plus pk, and m equal to 2x minus 3, n equal to z, p equals to cos z. So we determine my, nx, nz, py, px, mz, and since nz not equal to py, the field f is not conservative. Now there is one beautiful property regarding conservative vector field. Can you tell me that what is the beautiful property of conservative vector field? That property is the curl of a conservative vector field is 0. Do you know what is curl? Priyanka, is my screen visible? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I am having too much internet issues. I am using laptop to screen record. I am just sharing my screen in phone. Actually, what happens if you are doing an offline class, then the things becomes easy, because I can see the faces of the students, and also I can use the board and chalk. Okay, so see, this C part you did mistakes, Priyanka. C is not a conservative vector field. How to prove it? That you just determine curl of f. This curl of f is 0, not 0, so that is not a conservative vector field. Okay, am I clear?
Okay, sir. I actually did by some other method.
Okay, don't use that method. Just see, there is one formula. Which is this formula? If phi is any scalar potential, then curl of grad phi is equal to 0. Okay, now if f is a conservative vector field, then curl of f can be written as curl of grad phi. Okay, so then curl of grad phi is always a 0. So if f is a conservative vector field, then curl f should be 0. So that's why from computing curl you can compute whether f is conservative or not. Now it is a very nice problem. So we have to need to find the potential f. We have the vector field f, we need to compute the potential. Okay, how to compute the potential? Find the potential for the vector field F equal to 3 plus 2x plus I cap plus x square minus 3y square j cap. Then evaluate F dot dr, where C is given by vector RT equal to e की power t sin t plus e की power t cos t j. So we know that F is conservative. So how you can prove that to determine the scalar function fx y z? So you know that this is a conservative vector field. So now you have to determine the scalar potential. How you can do? You can do, so if it is a conservative vector field, then there exists a suitable scalar function small a such that small f, the first derivatives in terms of f in terms of small x will be 3 plus 2xy, and fy will be x square minus 3y square. So now just integrate the first term, integrate this fx in terms of integrate this fx in terms of integrate this fx in terms of x. So what will be that value? That value will be 3x plus, first integrate this with respect to x, you will get, so 3 integrate with respect to x, you will get 3x plus 2xy integrate with respect to x, you will get x square y, and then since you are integrating with respect to x and this function consists y as well, so instead of arbitrary constant you will write an arbitrary function gy, right? Because the derivative with respect to x of that gy function, that will be 0. Similarly fy equal to x square minus 3y square. Now you need to integrate with respect to the variable y. So what will be fxy? Fxy will be x square minus 3y square integrate with respect to y, so that will be x square y minus 3y square का integration आएगा minus y cube and then plus hx, because you are taking integration with respect to the variable y. Next, now so you are getting two expression for f, right? Is it clear, Abhishek? You are getting two expression for f. So what will be the value of gy and hx? You can just compare the two terms of fxy, two expressions for fxy, and then you can just compute gy and hx, right? So what will be the expression for fxy? That will be ultimately 3x plus x square y minus y cube plus k, and that is for any constant k. Now once you know that it is a conservative vector field, in which path you take, that is immaterial, right? So you just need to put this value of pi in the vector field. So integration f dot dr is just f of x pi y pi minus f of x0 y0. In terms of integration is performing in terms of t, so x will be so if you just put it out, you will get the answer to be,
I can't hear you properly.
okay, is it now audible? Hello? Hello?
Yes sir.
Okay, so now you have to just put f of x pi y pi, and what is x pi? That is e की power pi sin pi, and y pi is e की power pi cos pi, and then f of x pi y pi minus fx0 y0, that is e की power 3 pi plus 1. That will be the answer. So there is another similar sort of problem.
Sir,
Yes.
like the previous problem, I tried like similar ways, sir, finding f.
In example C.
Like the previous problem to check whether it is conservative or not.
Okay. You got a scalar potential for that function.
No, like I got like when I tried when I tried df by dx and integrating it, I got like x square minus 3x plus f of y plus f of z. I just added all three, sir. I think it is not correct.
Yes, because got your point, because here you have to compare this gy hx. So if you integrate with respect to x, there will not get g of y. If you integrate with respect to x, you will get g of y comma z. Got my point?
I made a mistake, sir.
Got my point?
Yes. Yes.
Because there are three independent variables, so you cannot just add them up. You have to first find out that how this combination is matching it up. Now Priyanka, derive the vector potential of this function quickly. This 3.12. अभिषेक ट्राई कर सकते हो इसको, इस प्रॉब्लम को ट्राई करो 3.12 को, because these problems are very much मतलब I am hoping that this type of problem will come in your exam, NPTEL exam, because see there are not that much tough questions, just you need to compute the numerical values. कर रहे हो ट्राई, प्लीज ट्राई करो.
So getting y square plus y square x plus y into e power 3z.
Plus constant. Yes, you did correct. Very nice Priyanka. You did exactly correct one. अभिषेक आपने ट्राई नहीं किया?
Sir, I cannot not solve, sir.
That is easy. fx equal to y square. So first you need to solve fx. So if there exists a vector field, scalar potential, then small fx, first derivative of fx will be y square, first derivative of f equal to y twice xy, and that first derivative of with respect to z will be 3y e to the power 3z. Now you just take integration term by term. So first, if you integrate with respect to x, you will get xy square plus g of yz. Here you got it, Priyanka. See, xy square plus g of yz, because the derivative with respect to x of g of yz will also be 0.
Yes, I took like g of y plus g of z. I did like that, so that.
Not like that gy plus z, that will be g of yz, because you are considering a specific case that g of yz can be separable in terms of gy and hz, but you cannot write that way. It will be g of yz. राइट?
Yes.
अभिषेक इसको थोड़ा देख लो ध्यान से. हाँ, ऐसा प्रॉब्लम क्वेश्चन में आ सकता है वैसे. So if fy equal to 2xy plus e to power 3z. Now integrate with respect to y, you will get xy square plus y e to power 3z plus h of xz. And similarly fz y e to power 3z. So first write down the common one. Which are the common factors here? So that is xy y. So you are just compare here from here, you will get g की power yz is phi of xy is xy square, gxz equal to y की power 3z and hxz is a constant. We get one such f and that f is this type of thing. और कभी कभी ना मैचिंग करना थोड़ा दिक्कत वाला काम हो जाता है, तो क्या करते हैं हम उसको, हम जो f मिला है उसको आप fy ले लीजिए और जो gy मिला है उसके साथ ले लीजिए, फिर बैलेंस करके निकाल दीजिए, कोई इशू नहीं होगा. जैसे यहाँ पर मैंने जस्ट डिड बैलेंस, हियर यू कैन चेक इट आउट दैट बैलेंस टर्म. Okay, you try to solve example 3.13. Show that the vector field f vector, you guys please solve this vector field. Show that the vector field f bar f vector e की power x cos y plus yz I cap plus xz minus e की power x sin y j cap plus xy plus z k cap is conservative by finding a potential for it. सब लोग ट्राई करो, प्लीज ट्राई करो इसको. एग्जाम्पल 3.13. Yes.
I got xyz plus e power x cos y
Plus
z square by 2.
yes, you got correct. अभिषेक नहीं हो पा रहा है क्वेश्चंस?
The questions also same answers.
Okay. Then why you are not responding? Respond. So just for the online join who join in my YouTube, I am just solving it. So the vector field is this. So if the potential is small f x y z, then the first derivative with respect to x will be the first term, this term. Derivative with respect to y will be this term, and derivative with respect to z will be this term. Now you just first integrate with respect to x, you get e की power x xyz. Integrate this fy with respect to y, we will get once again xyz. You will get xyz minus e की power plus e की power x cos y, and then integrate with respect to z, then you will get xyz plus z square 2. That just add them up, you will get this expression in terms of that e की power x cos y plus xyz z square by 2 by k. Okay. Now example 3.14. So differential form of exact, that is exact, we will, I think we in engineering mathematics 2 1 we have discussed about exact differential equation. Exact differential equation, you will get the solution in terms of a function u exactly. M dx plus m dy equal to 0, you can write it in terms of du equal to 0 if the differential equation is exact. Then the solution will be u of xy equals to c. अभिषेक याद आया कुछ?
Yes sir.
चलो तो so if the differential equation is exact, then this m n p, this m n p m dx plus m dy plus p dz, this is called differential form, and that is exact if there exists a function fxyz such that you can write m in terms of del f del x, n x y z is del f del y, and p x y z in terms of del f del z. Very easy. So that the differential form y dx plus x dy plus 4 dz is exact, you will also do by computing the curl of this yx4. If you compute the curl, you will get 0. So here you can check that curl will be vanished, so the differential form is exact. And just you can, so there exists one potential, that potential is f, so y can be written as fx, x can be written as f of y, f derivative with respect to y, and z can be written as derivative with respect to this 4 can be written as derivative with respect to z. Now if you take it out, you will get the function to be xy plus 4z plus k. And now you just know that the if it is a exact, then the line segment whatever, you just need to put the in place of x, y and z, you need to put the just end point and the initial and the terminal point. You just put it here, you will get -3 to be the answer. Now अभी सर का जो लेक्चर देखे उसमें ग्रीन्स थ्योरम डिस्कस हुआ है, सर ने ग्रीन्स थ्योरम डिस्कस किया है अभी? अभिषेक डिस्कस हुआ है ना ग्रीन्स थ्योरम? ओके, सो these are the two Green's theorem is associated with line integration, and by proving this Green's theorem we will consider that C is in positive orientation, because line positive orientation mean in the counterclockwise direction, that is means positive orientation. Okay, so this is Green's theorem. Just put it in your head that what is Green's theorem. So the Green's theorem is, if you have line integration m dx plus m dy over a closed contour C. Contour means simple closed curve. Now if you have a contour and this is m dx plus m dy, then this line integral you can convert it into a surface integral, and that d is that C bound d. Is it clear? See, if you want to compute the surface this line integral over this C, now C encloses d, then you can write this m dx plus m dy in terms of the surface integral del m del x minus del m del y dA. M dx plus m dy, m dx plus m dy, that can be written as del m del x minus del m del y dA. So that is proof. I will upload the note, so don't worry about the notes and all. I will upload this note, so don't worry. So now you have to verify Green's theorem for the field F, where C is the unit circle. So now you have to verify Green's theorem for the field. You need to verify Green's theorem for the field F, where F is equal to x minus y I cap plus xj, where C is the unit circle which is oriented positively. So here we have C equal to RT equal to cos t plus sin t j cap. RT is the unit circle oriented positively. So what is the parametric representation of RT? The parametric representation of RT is nothing but cos t plus cos t I cap plus sin t j cap. 0 less than or equal to t less than or equal to 2 pi. So the region is nothing but a unit disk. Now you have to verify this theorem. So at least you can try, that is you can also use this mdx plus mdy term. This mdx plus mdy, you do the line integration. If you do the line integration, you will get 2 pi, and d is the unit disk that is enclosed by the, just use this part only. So if you do this integration here, you will get the answer to be 2 pi. Is it clear, Abhishek and Priyanka? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My voice is not breaking, right? Is it clearly audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. So here also you need to evaluate the integral, line integral xy dy plus y square dx, where C is the square cut from the first quadrant by lines x equal to 1 and y equal to 1 with positive orientation. I think there is one typo, that will be xy dy minus y square dx. Okay, that will be xy dy minus y square dx. Xy dy minus y square dx. So that xy dy minus y square dx, that can be written as mxy equal to xy and mxy equal to y square. So d is the region as bounded by C. So d is the square, because that is bounded by first quadrant in x equal to 1 and y equal to 1. So x varies from 0 to 1, y varies from 0 to 1. So
Sir, can't hear you.
okay, now can you hear me right now? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Priyanka?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now can hear you, sir.
Okay. So there is one typo, okay? So xy dy minus y square dx it will be. So just m dy minus m dx, and then d mx plus my dA. Just you do the integration. You can you know how to do surface integration. Just surface integration means here it is just double integration, not surface integration exactly. It's just double integration, multiple integration. You can just use Green's theorem, you can get the answer. Also see this problem, example 3.17. Abhishek, Priyanka, please solve example 3.17. दिखाई तो दे रहा है ना 3.17? So 3.17 में कितना कॉम्प्लेक्स टर्म है देखिए, आप दिखाई दे रहा है?
We can see, sir.
Okay, so now solve 3.17. Use Green's theorem. So if you want to integrate it using the classical line integral formula, you are just stuck in here. So if you just use Green's theorem, the things becomes much more easier. So that is the most beautiful things of calculus, because calculus we have so many theorems and it is so much rigorous. The calculus course is very much rigorous and you will learn a lot of things. In line integral the most important thing is the Green's theorem. If you don't know Green's theorem, then you are doomed in this question. Example 3.17. So here first you need to identify M and N. So if you just, what is the positively oriented circle? So M is 3y minus e to the power sin x and N is 7x plus this. So that you can write instead using a double integral. And double integral, how you can write? You can write it as double integral. So you can write it as a double integral. You can write it as in terms of just a nx minus del n del x minus del n del y. So if you do del n del x minus del n del y, you will get it as 7 minus 3. So that will be 4, and 4 into dA. dA means the total integration, the total area of, and the total area of the circle is pi 3 square, 9 pi. So 4 into 9 pi, you will get 36 pi.
36.
Got it? Okay. Now proceed to solve example 3.18. Evaluate the line integral over C x to the power 4 dx plus xy dy. Here C is a triangle with vertices 0, 0, 0, 1 and 1, 0. Its orientation is being from 0, 0 to 1, 0 to 0, 1 to 0, 0. Just solve it. You can use Green's theorem. If Green's theorem makes your life easier, use Green's theorem. And obviously Green's theorem will make your life easier. So here m is x to the power 4 and n is xy. So this, using Green's theorem, you can write it as this m dx plus n dy in terms of del n del x minus del m del y. Then the integration is varying from, y is varying from 0 to 1 minus x and x is varying from 0 to 1. Put the limit, put y dy dx, integrate it, you will get 1 by 6. Is it clear? Priyanka?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear now? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Once again try example 3.19. Evaluate. See this. C is the positively oriented square bounded by lines. This. Just use Green's theorem. Try example 3.19 on your own.
4, sir.
Yes, very good Priyanka, very good, very nice, you did correct. 4. अभिषेक नहीं हो पा रहा? नहीं कर पाए हो आप?
Yes, sir. I have notes options.
ओके अभिषेक, थोड़ा पढ़ाई में ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. And if you need to develop your, if you are thinking about GATE, then you need to develop your calculation skills. I request all of you that who are preparing for GATE exam, then please improve your calculation skills, because GATE is all about calculation. If you fail in calculation, if you don't do calculation as fast as you can do, then it will be very difficult. There will be 55 to 60 question and you will hardly get 3 hours. और एग्जाम में 3 घंटे कैसे बीत जाते हैं पता नहीं चलता. मैंने अपने टाइम पे गेट दिया था मैथ में, मुझे पता है कि कैसे 3 घंटे बीत जाते हैं ना, आपको पता नहीं चलता. समझ गए अभिषेक?
Yes, sir.
I think you are preparing about GATE, right?
Yes, sir.
To GATE. So if you are preparing for GATE, you have to improve your skills. And also, Abhishek, in which year you are currently?
Third year, sir. 5th semester.
Okay, then I am suggesting one book, Willie Ace the Gate. You can follow that book also. That book is very nice book for engineering mathematics. Willie Ace the Gate. उसका
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I take online coaching for mid-age, sir.
Don't rely on coaching and all these things.
Okay, sir.
That is also part of life, but follow some standard books like Erwin Krejcik.
Yes, sir.
Every
I have also read that book, sir.
yes. So Priyanka, are you also preparing for GATE exam?
Yes, sir.
So in which semester you are right now?
I am passed out, sir.
Okay, so you are passed out. So now you can follow the book by Wiley publication, that is Ace the Gate. That book is very good for solving this type of calculative questions. Which branch you are from?
Mechanical, sir.
Okay, very nice, very nice. So and see, these are not fundamental mathematics, these are the fundamental mathematics. There is nothing, you need to just, you know the formula, you have to just execute it here, right? So this is all about calculation. So there are two important observations. These two important observations, I am just skipping this part. I will put the note, you just go through it. Okay, I will give the note, you just go through it. Now question number 3.20, solve it. Question number 3.20, I request all of you to please try.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So now may I go, sir, for dinner mess, sir.
Okay, no problem, you can go. You can leave.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Priyanka, please try this question, example 3.20.
Yes, sir.
Just use Green's theorem. One hint, use Green's theorem. Use Green's theorem and then use coordinate transformation to polar coordinate system. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And there is one typo. It will be 3xy. That is not xy dy, that will be 3xy. Okay.
Okay, sir.
That is y square dx plus 3xy dy. Yes. So you need to just use Green's theorem and then you have to just coordinate transformation. What is the coordinate? Use Green's theorem. This is m dx plus n dy. If you use Green's theorem, you will get, reduce it as del n del x minus del m del y, and then just coordinate transformation, x equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. Integrate it, you will get 14/3. So the last question is a bit theoretical one. So I hope that I am leaving these questions as an exercise. Okay, Priyanka, I will upload the note. You can just go through it, that how they are proving it. Okay.